everybody, Erica Serwin here, and today I want to show you these cute little tree pouches that I made with our popcorn box Thinlit. I do want to say that I saw several projects using this on Pinterest, and I've kind of combined a bunch of different things to make this project. So shout out to all those cute projects that have already been designed this way. This is one of my Stamp Club projects. My Stamp Club members get 3 projects made for them every month in exchange for their order. So this is one of their projects, and I like to make a video for these things so that they know how to recreate it at home. So another shout out to all my Stamp Club members. Thanks, guys. All right, so it's kind of flat, you can see it. I'm going to tell you about the candy at the end. So let me get started and show you how to turn the popcorn box into this pouch. So this is the popcorn box, and when we normally make a popcorn box, we cut out 2 of these and we put it together to make a box. But for this pouch, we're just going to do 1. So I'm going to get out my Big Shot. If you don't have a Big Shot and you've been thinking about it, I cannot recommend it enough. I do have a e-cutter that barely gets used now that I have a Big Shot. I feel like it's easier and faster to use, and it embosses, of course, which is the big benefit too. Okay, so we've cut one of those out. Now, oops, I should have kept that over here. Now, for the paper, I'm using the Pumpkin Pie DSP, which comes in the Brights stack. I use these a ton. These are so good. The DSP is 2-sided. There's 4 different patterns, and it matches it. They're all the Stampin' Up! Colors, so it takes a lot of the guesswork out. Now, we want to cut out a piece of DSP that is this shape, and we're going to want it to be a little bit smaller, so I'll show you how we're going to do that in a minute. I cut out a piece of DSP, and it doesn't have to be the whole size. We just want this one. This one would work also, so if you are needing more than one, you can cut out 2 at a time. All right, so we're going to run that through. And we're going to move that out of the way. We're going to use it again in a minute, but let's move it out of the way for now. Now, because I'm using the magnetic platform, it really keeps that in place and doesn't allow that paper to slip over. Now, we have this, and it didn't completely cut all the way through. You can see that because that is a fold line. When we cut this out normally, that's a score line where you're going to score. So that's why it didn't cut there. It cut this one, but it didn't cut this one. Now, we need it to be a little bit smaller so that we can see a pumpkin pie border around that edge. So I'm going to fold that just so that I can see where it is, and I'm going to put it in my paper trimmer. And I'm going to line it up here in the gutter. Hopefully you don't see my head. Line it up in the gutter, and then I'm going to slide it over a little bit. Maybe 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch. And then down here, we're going to cut off this. You can see there's a score line there where that flap was. So we're going to line that up with a gutter, and we're going to slide it over about 1/4 of an inch. Now, let's see how that looks. Perfect, except that I got some of my nail polish on it. So you can see how that created that smaller space. I just put it in and slid it over a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and put this baby together. Fast fuse. I cannot preach enough about fast fuse and the importance of fast fuse. It is going to really hold your projects together. And I will say that something like this, that we're going to put candy in here, which is going to kind of put pressure on those folds because it's normally going to be flat. We're even going to use our tear and tape, which I think is even stronger. Now, look at that. I keep getting my nail polish on that. Lesson learned, guys. Okay, so you have these 2 flaps down here. We're going to cut off the smaller one like that. All right, so the rest of them we're going to fold in. Try not to drag my nails across there again. I don't wear nail polish that often, so when I do, it's like, what's happening? All right, so here's the back side. I'm going to take my tear and tape and put it all the way along this edge. Tear and tape is super strong also, and it holds really strongly. I like fast fuse, and I think it holds really strongly, but I feel like when I do this here, I don't have a lot of control, and this is such a skinny border. I wanted to make sure I was exactly where I needed to be here. So I'm using this sticky strip, and we just pull that off. It's not called sticky strip, it's called tear and tape. That's old school sticky strip. Tear and tape is better than sticky strip because you can just tear it. Remember the old school, if you still have some, that red sticky strip, you have to cut it, and then those little red cellophane things just stick to you. Ugh. All right, so I have folded that up, put adhesive there and there, and folded this tab in, and we're just gonna close it like a book. So you can see how skinny that is, and putting candy in there is going to apply some pressure on that. So you wanna make sure that you have a really good strong adhesive there that's gonna hold tight. All right, now let's make our tag. The stamp sets that I'm using are the Jar of Haunts, which is in our holiday catalog, and it coordinates with the Everyday Jar Thinlit collection. And the first set we have that goes with the Jar Thinlits is called Jar of Love. This is one of my all-time favorite stamp sets. I love it so much. And there's a Halloween one and a Christmas one in the holiday catalog. And if you are a fan of this, go ahead and get those because they coordinate with the framelits that you already have. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use the lid, okay? There's no lid here, so if you want a lid, you've got to use your Jar of Love stamp set. And then I'm going to use Trick or Treat from the Spooky Fun stamp set. This is a great stamp set. All right, we're going to use the medium jar or just the jar. See, there's the medium jar or just that jar right there. That's the size. And I'm going to stamp that. Oh, look at that. I am making a mess today. All right, let's stamp that. And then we're going to stamp the candy corn right there. And we're going to stamp that Trick or Treat on there too, right across the middle. Hopefully it's straight. There we go. Can't put my head right above there because I don't want you guys to see my hair in my head. All right, this is the lid, and I'm doing this in basic gray. All right, so now we're gonna pull that Big Shot back over. And this is another time when you're gonna love this magnetic platform. Now I do want to tell you, my magnetic platform has gotten a ton of use. I use it every day, plus we use it in lots of my classes. And sometimes when you've used your magnetic platform for a while, the magnets inside start to flip. Let's see, having a little phone issue. Hopefully we're still recording. Okay, the magnets inside sometimes will flip, causing, with your smaller framelits, for them to kind of hop around. And that can be frustrating, but all you have to do is move it to a different place on your platform. And it really only happens with some of the smaller framelits. So if you have a magnetic platform that has started to be naughty like that, just try moving it over another side of your platform and it'll work. But the smaller the thinlet or framelit, the smaller or the greater the chance you're going to have of that flipping around. I don't really know all the technical issues of why that happens, but something with the magnets being backwards. I'm not a scientist. I'm a crafter. I can't explain the mysteries of the Big Shot. Okay. So now, look at that. I am making a huge mess. I have lotion on my hands and nail polish, making a big mess. All right, I'm going to use my Stampin' Write markers. I'm going to use Pumpkin Pie and Daffodil Delight. Now I have to tell you, I had to go up to my daughter's room to find these markers to make this video. My teenage daughter has discovered the art of lettering and she is obsessed with lettering, and she found my markers and these markers in my office and just went crazy. She loves this brush tip end, and she's been doing some calligraphy and stuff with it and took them to school, and her friends were so excited. They wanted the markers. So the Stampin' Up! Markers are good for lettering too. I am not talented in the lettering art, but my daughter definitely has her grandmother's art gene. All right, so there we go. We've got those colored. All right, now I'm going to put on the lid with a dimensional. I like lots of dimension in my projects, as you guys know. So put that there. And then I'm going to use the Halloween Night Baker's Twine. When you buy it, you get 2 packs. One that's basic black and basic gray, and one that's pumpkin pie and basic black. So I'm going to take a piece and fold it in half to use it as two. I like to make double bows. And then pull those so that they're even. Let's see if I can cut this. These are not my good ribbon scissors, but we are going to make it happen. There we go. And then we're going to add it with a glue dot. So if you'll just stick it on there, take your snips, put them right there, and then you are done. And of course I have to use dimensionals. I really think dimensionals are very strong. The adhesive really stays put. So I don't worry about things, let's cover up my nail polish. I don't worry about things staying when I've used dimensionals. All right, so let me tell you about these cool candies. They're called Twin Snakes, sweet and sour. And I tried them. I'm not a big gummy person, but they were good. So 2 fit in there well. The bag is from Target. You guys always ask me. The bag is from Target. Looks like this. Was in the Halloween section. Has a ton, 80 pieces. And I didn't have enough of these when I packed them up. So the other things that are in here, they fit just fine too. I kind of fold it like that and stuck it in there. So I think also like a Hershey's, the little Hershey bars would fit good. Whatever candy you have. But I like the way these looked. I think I saw some online with pixie sticks, which is really cute. All right, there you go, you guys. Another way to use that popcorn Thinlit and your jar of Haunts. All right, let me know if you have questions. Thanks for stopping by today. Bye-bye.